Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe to my channel. How to achieve financial independence and retire early. So make sure to watch the full video. Introduction. Prepare to be blown away. There's no regulation that says you need to work until you're 65. Trust us, we checked. Furthermore, there are a developing number of Americans who long for leaving the labor force early and getting an early advantage on retirement. However, there's another influx of more youthful laborers who are attempting to take exiting the workforce to another level. They're determined to blast another way toward retirement as a component of the FIRE development. They trust resigning at some point in their 30s or 40s is conceivable. You read that right. In any case, how? Is it really practical to resign at age 45? Or, on the other hand, even 35? We should investigate the FIRE development to see if it's ideal for you. Anyway, what is the monetary freedom, resigned early FIRE development? More or less, the objective of the FIRE development is to save and contribute forcefully, somewhere close to 50 to 75% of your pay, so you can resign at some point in your 30s or 40s. Believe it or not, you want to save half of your pay just to get an opportunity to get this going. How truly do individuals make it happen? To store that much cash for effective financial planning, people who are on FIRE are continuously hoping to complete two things: keep their costs incredibly low, and track down ways of raising their pay. The overall thought is that the higher your pay and the lower your costs, the quicker you can arrive at monetary freedom. Think gazelle force. Aside from the gazelle, is in a real sense ablaze. For those in the FIRE development, monetary autonomy doesn't simply mean sitting on some tropical ocean side or playing golf constantly. It implies arriving where you don't need to work an everyday work in the event that you would rather not. You can downsize to seasonal work or just quit working out and out. The decision is yours. Envision that. What we can gain from the FIRE development. We have blended sentiments about the FIRE development. Yet the one thing we can get behind 100% is the concentration and force these individuals to have toward arriving at their retirement dreams. Furthermore, regardless of where you are on your monetary excursion, there are a few key examples we can all detract from the FIRE development. 1. Begin dreaming and making retirement arrangements. The best thing about the FIRE development is that it's getting more youthful specialists to begin pondering retirement, particularly since just 59% of Americans matured 35 to 54, and just 43% matured 18 to 34, have any sort of retirement account. Characterize what you believe your retirement should resemble and make an arrangement to arrive. At the point when you record your retirement dreams and give them a course of events, those fantasies become feasible objectives. 2. Track down ways of keeping your costs low. These FIRE devotees get some margin to take a gander at where their cash is going. They characterize needs and needs, monitor their month-to-month costs, and cut out any spending that doesn't check out for them. They get on a tight spending plan and stick to it. Saving a couple of dollars to a great extent truly accumulates over the long run. Assuming you have the discipline to cut superfluous costs out of your spending plan, that additional cash you can contribute will assist you with gaining serious headway towards your retirement objectives over the long haul. All things considered, that Mediterranean voyage you and your significant other have been dreaming about won't pay for itself. 3. Search for ways of helping your pay. Your pay is your most remarkable establishing a strong financial foundation device. What's more, to resign early or truly early, you need to become innovative about tracking down ways of making additional money. It's impossible to get around it. What's more, there are countless ways of expanding your pay. Perhaps you're on a professional way that will prompt that six-figure pay. Or on the other hand, perhaps you have a side gig that you're transforming into an independent venture on evenings and ends of the week. It could mean conveying pizzas for some time or setting aside to purchase an investment property. Anything that looks like for you, extra pay will assume an immense part in assisting you with making a stride back from the labor force and partake in an exit from the workforce. 4. Focus on saving and effective money management. To resign early, etc., you need to save and contribute. There is no question about it. That is the reason people in the FIRE development are extremists about tossing gigantic lumps of their pay toward their retirement. The uplifting news is you don't need to save a portion of your pay to arrive at your retirement objectives. You want to begin by putting 15% of your pay into charge-advantaged retirement investment accounts, such as 401k and Roth IRAs. The key is to get into a normal propensity for saving and contributing every month. At the point when that's what you do, time and compound development work for you rather than against you. After you take out a portion of your other cash objectives, such as taking care of your home loan early, which you can do on the off chance that you're financially planning 15% rather than half of your pay, you can begin money management more. We'll discuss that later. Why the FIRE development may not be for everybody. The principal enormous hindrance to following the FIRE development is having enormous pay, and we mean huge. Regardless of the amount you cut down your way of life, it will take a major pay, most likely someplace in the six-figure range, to can save to the point of resigning before your 40th birthday celebration. However, that shouldn't deter you from creating financial momentum. Anybody can make it happen. As per the public investigation of moguls, 33% of tycoons never had a six-figure family pay in a solitary year. Regardless of what sort of vocation or compensation you have at this moment, don't succumb to the legend that you want a lucrative task to create the financial well-being you want to partake in a straightforward retirement. Anybody can turn into a tycoon. It simply requires a little investment. If you have any desire to dive deeper into the demonstrated way that has assisted a large number of Americans with becoming moguls, then, at that point, Dave's new book, Small Steps Tycoons, is for you. Snatch your duplicate today to figure out more about this exceptional gathering of tycoons and how you can become one as well. Try not to meddle with MasterCards. You will get singed, pay to the side. There are a few different issues with the FIRE development we need to handle head-on. Numerous FIRE advocates advance utilizing visas for the places and rewards. Express out loud whatever. Try not to play with visas. Truly, you might be thinking, yet I cover my visa bill on time consistently. That could work for a brief period, however, you're not beating the framework. Everything necessary is one missed installment or one significant crisis that compels you to go overboard for visa obligation to wind wild. Altogether, Americans have counted $986 billion in visa debt to actually 2022. The normal premium on MasterCard accounts has ascended to 20.4%. How could somebody open a charge card with that sort of revenue? Since they figured they could take care of their equilibrium consistently, until they proved unable. Tune in. Assuming you're similar to most Americans, close to 33% of your spending plan is going toward taking care of debt 4, that makes it truly difficult to save and contribute, and it's anything but a recipe for monetary achievement. Try not to do FIRE just to get away from a task you disdain. You may be attracted to the FIRE development on the off chance that you can't stand your work. All things considered, just 34% of American specialists say they're effectively connected at work. 5. It's no big surprise that a developing number of youthful laborers are dreaming about leaving the work environment by and large. In any case, there's a more profound issue that lies underneath the surface, and FIRE won't settle it. If you disdain your work, you needn't bother with FIRE. What you truly need is another professional way. America's vocation mentor Ken Coleman refers to it as figuring out your perfect balance. That is where your most noteworthy abilities and interests converge. Indeed, even people who follow FIRE can get behind that. Assuming your only craving is to resign early so you can avoid going to work on Monday, you will be exceptionally disheartened. Life is excessively short to squander a couple of years or even many years working on a task you disdain. The guide to exiting the workforce. Whether you want to resign at age 65 or 35, you want an arrangement. You need to know how much cash you'll have to have saved to resign when you need, and the amount you'll have to save every month to arrive. This bit-by-bit plan will assist with putting you on the way toward exiting the workforce. Stage 1: Escape obligation and finish your just-in-case account. An obligation is keeping down a large number of more youthful specialists from money management for retirement. As a matter of fact, American recent college grads in their 30s have been heaping on obligation at a notable rate since the pandemic started, and all that obligation is harming their capacity to save and contribute for the future. 6. That is the reason you need to get engaged. Hack up those visas and remove Sally Mae from your life for good, and give it all that you have. When you're without obligation, and before you begin effective financial planning for retirement, now is the right time to develop a secret stash. At the point when you have sufficient cash in an investment account to cover 3 to 6 months of costs, you will not need to stress over a wrecked climate control system or a punctured tire crashing your effective money management plan. Stage 2: Put 15% into charge of advantaged retirement accounts. Here comes the tomfoolery part. Presently, you're prepared to begin putting something aside for retirement. Start by saving 15% of your gross pay consistently in retirement plans like a 401 and a Roth IRA, and make certain to put your retirement cash in common assets with an extraordinary history. Stage 3. Pay off your home loan early. While you're financially planning, become extreme about taking care of your home early. This is a gigantic objective that will give you force toward exiting the workforce. Consider it. What amount more cash could you have the option to put something aside for retirement on the off chance that you didn't have a house installment? What else was there to do on the off chance that you were totally obligation-free with a paid-for house? Work with a venture expert. Many complex components go into effectively resigning early, yet it is conceivable. What's more, the most effective way to transform your fantasy into the truth is by working with a believed monetary counselor or venture proficient who can assist you with arriving. With the SmartVestor program, we'll associate you with up to 5 confided-in venture experts in your space. Find your monetary ace today, and they'll assist you with beginning to arrange your fantasy retirement. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel before you go.